What's up, everybody? Today I want to talk to you all about happiness and bliss. At the very end of this, we'll have a little bit of a joke, but I just want to come to you guys person to person and let you know what I believe, what I think, and what I think will make sense to y'all too if the thinking caps are on straight. Right now, real popular in the world is The Secret, and a lot of that stuff is really good stuff, but there are a few things in it that are a little bit specious, superficially plausible, but nevertheless false, and I just want to speak to a few of those. You are not a machine, okay? You cannot control everything with your mind. If you could control everything with your mind, then you'd be robbing someone else of their freedom, okay? Because they have some freedom too to control some things with their mind and hopefully not to control you with their mind. To tell you you can control everyone, but they can't control you, it's kind of got to go both ways. I mean, convincing you that you can, for me, it's one of the most insidious lies. It's sweeping the talk shows, dominating the New York Times bestseller list. It's pouring out of self-help seminars. It's sweeping into corporate boardrooms and sales training floors around the world. And I happen to know this because I've seen those shows, I have read those books, I've attended those meetings and trained on those sales floors. But there is good news. It's only partly a lie. From the moment you wake up in the morning, you do have choices. You can hit snooze or no. How many times do you want to hit snooze? You can curl up with a pet, with a loved one, or neither. You can go to the bathroom, or you can pee in the bed. You get the point. Okay, these are all actions, okay, but you also have a choice regarding what you choose to think. You can say, I have to go to work today. That's the most common. You can say, hey, I'm alive today. That's optimistic. You can say, hey, I thought I'd die in my sleep. It's a bit pessimistic. Maybe you're being ironical. But as soon as you leave the house, your physical choices are no longer as fully your own. See, if you're totally surrounded by traffic going 20 miles per hour and you can't choose to go 60 miles per hour, at least not for very long, you can, however, choose what to think about the traffic pattern as well as controlling your reactions to it. It's misguided, manipulative, and disingenuous to try to convince someone that if they think in a certain way, the traffic's going to disappear. Just like in The Secret, it's a little bit disingenuous to convince someone that they can make a parking spot appear. Because what they're doing is they're necessarily moving cars out of the way or moving people out of parking spots, and that's basically cutting into those other people's free will. Okay, so it's a little bit specious, that whole idea. I was constantly amazed. I had this old job whenever one of my sales colleagues or myself got what was called a credit reject, whenever we had what was called a tour, and one of our people had, not the greatest FICO score in the world, we were always blamed for it. We were always told that according to The Secret, if our mind were in the right place, we wouldn't be attracting these tours to us, even though the tours were randomly assigned. This can be instantly disproved. If in one day all 10 workers arrived to work with perfectly inspired and a textbook secret mindset, and out of those 10 prearranged tours, the usual 3 didn't have the FICO score necessary to qualify for the purchase. See, we were already selling them. They just didn't qualify. So we obviously had our mind in somewhat of the right spot since we were manifesting sales on our tables. The presumption apparently is that we can go back in time, pay the bills, unpaid bills of these people, and return to the tables with their FICO scores intact. To do so is necessarily to be robbing those people of their free will to not pay their bills in the past.